Yeah, I'm ready, baby.
What's going on? It's Lethal Collective on Fridays. We're ready to rock and roll. Killjoy Jigs with me, and Fate decided. What's up, fellas?
What's up? What's
going on,
up?
everyone?
How's it
What's
going?
up? Another
Going
day.
good, man. I'm ready. Listen, man, I'm ready to rock. I'm going to be quite honest with you guys. I always look forward to our streams because after a long week of work and this and that, we can just kind of kick back and just have some fun, man. These streams are always so much fun.
Oh
what
yeah,
it's all
always a
about.
good time.
That's what it's
I
all
know
about.
we're missing a member. Sorry we're late, guys. We were waiting for Steven for a little while and just no
Right.
word, nothing from him. So
Yeah,
know what's
so
we figured we'd get going.
yeah, yeah. I mean, we were trying to wait. We haven't. We were texting Craven and stuff, and we haven't heard back from him. I did talk to him earlier.
Mhm.
Obviously, many of you probably saw my video this morning. I posted it at like 6 this morning because I was trying to do it deliberate. You know, I wanted it to seem legit. I got all kinds of hate for it, of course. I mean, most people got the joke, but I did. I got like DMs from people. I got comments, people saying like, "Oh, you're clickbaiting," oh, like you know, the usual stuff. People that didn't wait long enough, and so Craven posted his video, and he got the same thing. And Craven, he just isn't taking it well at all. So he called me earlier, and he was just like, "Dude, like what's going on? It's April Fools. Like this is just it was just supposed to be a friendly joke. Like I'm getting DM from people, like some serious stuff. Like some people are just like upset. Some people are actually being like really mean and hurtful." And just like, you know, I've been very open, like on my channel, on my stream, stuff like that. I could care less about the hate. You know what I mean? Like to me, it's funny. Many of you see the comments, me going back and forth with people, but not everyone's like that. You know, there's a lot of people that they take like they were. He was just trying to have a good time. He was just trying to have fun. And,
well, I will say,
well-
I mean, your video is super clickbaity, dude. I mean, you don't give
Right?
you don't give away the joke until the ending. You and Craven did that, and that's kind of not cool, you know. Like at least in my video, I was like right at the beginning, I'm like, hey, it's a joke, you know, and I got to it, you know. So it just kind of seems it was kind of crappy to the people who watch your videos, you know. It's kind of disrespectful in a way.
I mean, we talked about
that's
that
the whole-
once. Well,
Sorry,
we
go
talked
ahead.
about that. We talked about that once on one of the earlier streams about, you know, just the responsibility of us as creators and stuff. So, I mean, personally, I try to stay away from clickbaity type of stuff too, man.
Hang on a second. People are saying they can't hear us
Oh,
in the chat because I hear you guys fine and you guys hear me fine, right?
Yeah, I hear you fine. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, he said it's okay. Hang on.
Oh,
Yeah,
someone
yeah.
someone in the chat saying it's a joke.
I think so. I think. Oh,
I
okay.
can
They
hear
were
you.
just
I can
messing with
hear
us. Okay, good. Because I was like,
Oh
wait a
yeah.
All right, you got me. I was just seeing the chat.
Revenge. That's
I've
what
had-
you
I know,
get.
right?
That's what you get, Fate.
I know, I
That's
do.
what
I
you
get
get.
technical.
Fate
I get technical
decided.
difficulties, so I get no, but like I get it. Like I do. I understand. Like the whole like. But this is the one time out of the year that we get to do stuff like this. You know, it's the one time out of the year that like it's just. I mean, almost every YouTuber does it.
Hey, guys, Steven is calling me right now. This is weird.
What?
Hey, Steven, what's going on, man?
Hey, man! Listen, I know you guys have been waiting for me. I don't even know if you guys have even started.
Yeah, it's 15 minutes past, dude. Where are you?
Well, I was gonna try to make it, dude. I gotta be honest with you, man. I'm pretty bummed out about this whole thing today. I'm not really. I don't think I'd be very fun. I'm just not in the mood to. I was doing this fun. I thought it was a fun thing to do this morning. You know, I never do stuff like that. And bro, people have been like blowing up my instant messages, dude. And like, I'm getting people telling me, you know, how much trash the channel's trash, and this is a trash video, and it's just. I'm like, you know, I'm not here for this, man. I'm here to have a good time with people and spread positiveness. I just don't think I want to make it, dude. I was trying to butch up for it and just come on, but honestly, dude, I think I would bring you guys down. I'd bring everybody down. So I think I'm better off to lick my wounds for the night and just, you know,
Wow.
come back with you guys on Monday because this is not cool, man.
You got a lot of hate, huh?
Yeah.
I mean,
I never thought it was going to happen, man.
You kind of deserved it after that video, I think, man. I mean, geez, you're just gonna throw that out there, and you're not gonna tell everyone it's a joke. Like that's just kind of crappy content making there. Gonna be honest.
Really? Come on, man.
Yeah.
You're better than that, dude.
You're better than that, Steven. I'm gonna be totally honest.
Yeah, but at the
Look,
same time,
at
man,
least
we've
I
all
had
talked
the
about these
gumption
things.
to go a whole video. You know, you put that weak little 30-second trick out there as a joke. I'm like, are you kidding me right
okay,
now?
okay.
I mean, so I mean,
Wow.
I'm just gonna say, if you're gonna do it, you do it. Don't do it like that.
All right. Well,
All right.
at least I have integrity as a creator. You know, that's what I'm trying to say here.
Listen, you know what? You know how Gail Weathers
Ooh.
wrote the book on the Woodsboro Motors, buddy? I wrote the book on integrity. So I got a lot of chapters you can read on that one.
You know what?
Okay.
You know what? Hey, bring this fucking guy in the stream. Bring this fucking guy in the stream right now. I want to give him a piece of my mind.
Is he ready?
Oh, he hung up on me.
He hung up on you?
What a jerk. Bring this guy. I want to talk to this guy right now about how to be a content
Terrible
creator.
human being.
He really
Just,
hung up on you, though? But no,
You
hold on,
and
seriously,
Steven and Fate, man. I don't know if I have any respect for you guys anymore. I'm going to be totally honest.
I mean, he's
But for
right.
real, he hung up?
He hung up on me. Yeah. He just hung up on me.
He was really pissed off at you.
He was really pissed off at me. Yeah.
Oh shit!
He had that dumb
told
Gil
you,
Weathers
I
line
told
and just
you
hung
he's
up on me.
upset. Like I know
This is
people think-
insane.
I know people think it's an April Fool's joke. It's April Fool's, but he really is upset. He's really pissed.
Listen, I really think you guys should just put a little more time and effort into your content instead of just making joke videos. I made a video today and you guys didn't. I'm just saying.
Man, I just
It
figured
was a
not even.
joke.
I didn't even
You
want to
just-
tempt
you just didn't
fate.
last till the end. You said what?
No pun intended. I said I didn't even want to tempt fate with it because I knew I'd get some hate for it. Seriously, you know.
No, I mean that comes with it, of course. I mean, like I said, most people, I got like 150 comments or something on that video. Most people like got it and loved it and enjoyed it, and like most people, I think.
Oh yeah,
understand
you
things.
enjoyed getting all those views from a video on fake news?
Absolutely,
Is
I'm a
that
YouTuber.
yeah? Okay, all right. Well, I guess I just like I
come
said, I
on,
have a little
man.
more integrity than that,
It's
just to
our
put
job,
real news out in
man.
there, give my real opinion on things. God,
Today is the
I-
one day out of the year we actually get the opportunity to do stuff like this. It's the one day out of the year that we have the chance to, go that extra mile in the clickbait realm. Like if I did something like that tomorrow or next month, I completely understand that. Hey, I get it. But like now it's just the whole point of it is like it's a joke, April Fool's joke. It was all tongue-in-cheek stuff. It wasn't like, I said something tragic or something crazy or about like a real individual or
No, I
Craven
get
said
that.
something like
I get that, but you know that there's people that saw that. I mean, hell, man, when I first saw it, I was like, no, come on, what? And so there are a lot of people that will see those thumbnails and see the titles and really take it to heart. There's a lot of people that don't have any other
that's not
place to
my
get
like
their
fault.
Fate,
news.
another thing, dude, is we all associate with each other now. So someone's gonna go out there saying, "Oh, well, Fate
Yes.
said Sidney Prescott's gonna die, so that means
Right.
Killjoy Jake probably says that.
Yeah.
So does
Right,
Steven
right.
from Craven Something Scary. Now you kind of tarnished my name, dude. That
What?
sucks, dude.
So if you make a terrible video, I'm supposed to. So I need to go through all of your videos now and tell you which ones to take down because what? Because I'm associated with you? Like, oh, I don't like.
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Like, that's
dude.
silly. That's
Listen,
ridiculous.
you
mean,
can't be
that's-
putting out content like that because it's gonna tarnish all
It's
of our
not
names,
my,
man.
It's not my fault
That's-
that people don't watch the whole video. Like, that's not my fault.
That's why you got to throw it at the beginning like I did. It's not that hard. Don't even do it. Don't even do it.
That's all that we're saying is just the way that you did it. That's all we're saying is just the way that you
Today
did
is
it.
April. I don't know.
Oh
if you
yeah,
know.
this fucking guy is calling me
Check the
again.
calendar.
Hey,
man.
hey, how's it going?
Hey, look, you got just, you can't be blasting, you can't be doing this, man. You just need to shut this thing down, call it a night. Everyone will understand, and you and I, Killjoy Jakey, you and I, we got a conversation to have offline, and as a collective, we're gonna have to talk because this is getting out of hand.
This might be the end of the
This is-
collective.
this
I
is-
think. I don't know if I can keep
Well-
live streaming with a bunch of hacks. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh, man.
The feeling's mutual, and frankly, this is starting to get way too personal. And I'm literally about to just come through this phone right now. I can't take this much more. And so, Knight, I mean, bro, I think you need to shut the thing down pretty soon because if this continues, things are going to get really, really seriously fractured. And the Lethal Collective could no longer be. This could go away real quick. The way this is going. So and leave Fate alone. Look, I never defend Fate. Right?
Right? That's what I'm
throw him on the
saying.
Train any chance I get. But the fact of the matter is, no, I'm joking. The fact of the matter is, look, he can make whatever he wants to make, and guess what? So can you. So maybe if it bugs you so bad, just don't watch our videos anymore, and maybe your life will be enhanced. But either way, cut the crud, man. I'm sick of hearing you badmouthing me and Faye. You guys are, and Nate, you too, man. I'm actually disappointed in you because you're actively involved in this nonsense, man. And I thought I knew you better than that after all these months, but I guess I didn't. So
Man,
I don't know, guys. I'm done. I'm just done. I think I'm done with all you guys. Maybe Fate, you and I will go do our own thing or something. But I'm
Scream
much
Talk.
done,
I need
so
a rebrand. Scream Talk.
for the last time, I'm saying goodnight. Bye, guys.
Wow. All right. Well,
He's right,
that's it right there.
He's
What?
right.
He's
though.
what?
I mean, he's right.
you're only saying he's right because he's on your side.
No, because
you do
it's a
that
fun
all the
video
fucking
that's to be
time.
made.
Come on.
Like, it's a fun video that's to be made. Not everyone can look, I get it. We're people that are in the public eye. We're people out there that we're putting ourselves out there to do stuff. Like, we have fun, we have a good time. That's what it's all about. It's like it's one of those things. It's all about just fun experience and just having a good time. Like,
All right. Listen up, Fate Decided. I gotta ask you
what
one
do you
question.
guys think?
I gotta ask you one fucking question, okay? Did you ever watch SNL in the late 90s?
Yes, SNL.
You know how Jimmy Fallon laughs during like every single skit?
Yes.
That's like me right now. I'm trying to keep this. I'm trying to like make this believable, and I just
Trying to
can't.
keep it
I love you guys all too much. Yeah.
Aren't
No.
you making a movie? God. Well, we know what that movie's gonna be.
Oh, it's gonna suck. Yeah. No. I'm. Yeah. No.
I can't wait for the outtake reel.
Oh, what the hell is going on? We've
All right,
lost
okay.
all
Okay.
control.
All right. Well, April Fools, everybody. We're all just fucking with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. Bring
Pretty
Steven
much.
in. Bring Steven
All right,
in.
let's
I want to.
Oh, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Hold
There
the
you
applause,
go.
please. Hold the applause. Oh, thank you.
Great stuff. Great stuff.
Appreciate
Steven.
that. It may not be Oscar worthy, but maybe I'll get an MTV award at least,
Wow,
something
man.
like that. And
You were
listen,
on
let me
a
tell you
roll.
what. Me being mad, me being fake mad at you guys is the hardest. That is the hardest acting job I've ever done. Trying to get angst built up, directed to you three. It just gets so.
Wow.
It's so because there's none of that in me. I have none of that is. It's so foreign to how I feel about you guys.
Oh man.
You know I
I'm telling
hate
you.
all of you.
I know fate was coming from a very natural place. No.
Oh yeah. It's real
He's
natural.
naturally like
An
that.
opportunity to yell at these people? Let's do it.
He leans
Yes.
to the dark side.
Oh gosh.
Oh man.
I hope you
good
guys
lord.
all enjoyed that little bit.
Yes.
It was a good bit. We wanted to keep it long enough to make it seem believable. If we would have just cracked in like a couple minutes, we didn't want it to be like Jake's video. We wanted it to be like mine and Craven's.
And for the record, Jake, all in fun, bro.
Yeah.
all in
Oh,
fun.
of course. Of course.
We really didn't get hate for it. The funny part is that it's a half lie, right? Like,
Yeah.
Right? I know it's only a half lie, right?
Yeah, it's only a
That's
half
true.
lie.
That is true.
Oh man.
Oh
Hey.
goodness.
Jake, also we have Desiree in the chat.
Oh, we have Desiree in the chat. Just a heads up, Desiree, specifically you. We have a few people.
Reach out to Jake when you get a chance.
Yeah, if you could reach out to
Yes.
me. There's something wrong with the Kickstarter on your end. I don't know. I asked everyone if they knew your social media or not. They do not. So if you could hit me up, that would be sweet. Hopefully before midnight tonight.
The clock is on.
Yeah.
Oh man. But anyways, everyone in the live chat, thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate you guys. We appreciate you guys riding that train with us literally. So anyways, let's get going on this thing, man. Too funny.
This feels so much better though. Oh, it's like,
Doesn't it,
order is restored. This is like, okay.
I don't know. I liked yelling at everybody. It was kind of nice.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you look. I'm telling
it was
you,
fun.
I think maybe
really-
you got some of the angst from the kiddos. Maybe some of the
I don't really
frustration
like to
from
yell, but man,
Just kind of let it
I might have
let
to
it out.
start.
Papa Fate.
I found a new.
Papa Fate.
Oh dang.
My kids.
Yeah, baby.
My kids aren't worried about me. They're just sit down, bitch ass daddy, relax. Like,
Yeah.
I don't yell. I don't do anything. I'm like, hey, you should not do that. You know, sometimes
Yeah.
I put my big boy voice on, you know, where you're like, hey, hey. And they just look at me like, sit down.
And credit to credit to Jen, because she was rallying the troops. So really funny day. Really funny.
We had
day.
to have a response to that. We had to have something.
Yeah, we did.
Something to come back with.
Yeah, we did. Desiree says, "Okay, Killjoy, thank you." Yeah, man. All right. Austin's in the chat, Blucka. You know, the regulars, Valerie. Jeffrey says, "Hello, group. What's going on?" And Carrie says, "I am highly offended." Look at all those mean faces.
Wow.
That's
Carrie-
four.
Carrie.
That's a mean face for all four of us.
I know.
It is. It's one for
Carrie
each
doesn't
of
have
us.
she doesn't have a mean bone in her body. Wow. We
Or you know what?
unleashed the lion.
Or Carrie is the type that that they're so buried so deep that if you ever find it, you better watch out. It will be like something out of a horror movie. It's like you better stand away because she is so kind, you know.
Right.
And,
She is.
but you know, as Wes Craven has showed in all of his, well, not all of them, but most of his horror movies, like Last House on the Left, for example, there's potential for evil in everyone if you're in the right
Evil.
circumstances.
Evil.
Yes.
Every villain is lemons, as they say.
Wow.
No,
All right.
SpongeBob.
I don't.
No one gets the SpongeBob. Okay, well,
Sorry.
never mind. All right,
What's
just
the
me then.
Batman line? You know, you die the hero or you live long enough. to
Live long enough
See yourself become the villain.
That's right. We are now.
Yes.
Ours.
That's right.
This will now be called the Villain Collective.
Right? Yeah, we should just like pick a villain and then just kind of take on that personality. That would be
We
pretty
all
Halloween-
just have like long
Halloween, we should
mustaches
each
that
dress
curl
up.
like this.
For Halloween, we should each dress up as a villain.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
nice. We could
Yeah.
should do that.
Yes.
Ooh, I gotta see what day is Halloween. What
Ooh,
this year?
check
The
that out,
31st
check
of
that
October.
I'm looking
No.
at something. Shake.
out.
Oh no! Guess what?
Uh-oh.
It's on a Monday, guys.
Oh,
hey!
So it's on a
Yo.
Monday. Yes.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yo.
See?
So cool.
Bob says that Ghostface should give us all a call.
Right?
Ooh.
If any of us could do a good Ghostface impression, I'm sure that they would.
Mhm.
We should do a cam. We should pay Roger L. Jackson for a cameo one day. Like,
Oh my God.
And then
We
and
should.
then like have somebody just play it over the phone. Get a phone call.
Right? Oh my God.
That would be amazing.
Luke says, let's jump right into Halloween Ends.
Oh. I
I'm
think
down to talk about that.
Fate would rather talk about kills.
That- it's his
boy.
favorite movie, so
It is,
yeah.
hands down.
Is that
Like,
hey Fate? Is that your least favorite Halloween movie, like out of all of them, or no?
No.
Oh, be careful, Fate.
No.
Be careful.
I'm just,
I was about
I'm
to
just
jump
curious.
into this thing, man. Come
No,
on.
it's not my least favorite. I mean, it's my
Where would
second
you- where
least
would you-
favorite.
where would you
I'm
put
sorry.
it? If you were to give it a quick
like
thought,
I would put definitely Resurrection. I think is the worst.
okay.
I would
Worse
put,
than Zombies 2? Really?
Yeah, yeah, I'd rank that lower.
Really?
Than Zombie too. Yeah.
worse than,
At least that movie tries to do something new. You know,
Yeah, I guess.
it's not great either, but
Yeah. It's like 1A,
Yeah.
1B, maybe? I don't know.
like both of those
Channel
movies
Fate
try to
favorite.
do something different. They both kind of fail, but one fails just a little less than the other one.
There
is
you
how-
go.
Is how I feel about it. Which is
Right,
yeah, I know.
right.
Maybe not
It's
the
a
best.
great way to say
yeah.
it, though. No, that's a good way to say it.
but yeah, I'd probably put 5 before Kills 2. As far
You
as
mean
like
ahead of
worse.
it?
No, like worse.
Oh, you mean a
Yeah,
worse.
yeah,
Okay,
like, I
okay.
think it's worse
Oh.
than
Okay.
Kills.
Okay. You really have to think that hard.
Yeah, that's
Damn.
probably where I put it. I put those two before. 'Cause
So that's like your
And that's
the
it?
third
Out of-
least
out of
favorite.
12 out of 12 movies?
I mean, are we counting the Rob? If we count the Rob Zombie movies,
Yes.
then no. I think,
Yeah,
I
all
think
of
those
them.
are the worst.
Yes,
I think
we're
those are the worst.
counting
I'm
them
talking
all,
about like
baby.
the ones that have been in this in like the main line, and then Rob Zombies. Those are like its own thing.
I hate those things, dude.
But yeah, I would put those towards. I
Sorry.
still think Resurrection's worse than both of the Rob Zombie films. So I'd actually put Resurrection and then the Rob Zombie films and then number 5. But I was just thinking like continuity wise, this being in those timelines technically. But because I liked H2O. I liked I liked 4. I
Yeah.
liked Season of the Witch is one of those it's one of those things you either love it or hate it. I enjoy it. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like it originally, but but I was young when I first saw it, so it kind of was just like silly to me. But as I got older, I respected it more. I was like, oh, okay, I get what they're doing. But
Dude, when the kid dies and like all the worms and the bugs come out of his head,
Well,
that's
it
awesome,
wasn't
man.
That, it
I was
wasn't
like,
that
stuff was
it
getting
bothered-
real.
It wasn't that it bothered me or anything like that. It's just like when I first saw it, I was younger, and I was like, this is a stupid movie. Like Michael isn't even in the movie. Like why? But as I got older. As I got older, I was like, okay, like I understand what they were trying to do. They wanted to do the anthology series. I understood all the background stuff. When you're like 10 and you watch it, you're just like,
you're expecting Michael Myers. You don't get Michael Myers, you're upset. Yeah, if you watch that as just like a standalone movie, it's phenomenal. But I think if you watch it as like you want this to be a Halloween movie, it's not. It's not. Right. It's completely different from that.
Yeah. And then I mean, Halloween 1 and 2. I mean, obviously are iconic classics. But I actually probably have H2O as like my third, maybe second, arguably my second, if not third favorite movie in the franchise. I don't know.
Really? Okay.
I've always just really enjoyed it. I mean, I don't think it's necessarily it didn't do anything creative. It didn't you know what I mean? But I don't know. I love
it's different.
It's a little different, but I mean, it's still in the same realm of like what Halloween inherently is. I don't know. It might have just been the time in which I saw it, like at the age, the time, just one of those things that just like sat with me well during those times. But it's just as I'm growing up, like every time I rewatch it, I'm like, I love this movie.
Me too.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It's just one of those things.
Now, a question real quick about Halloween Ends. Where do we think that's going to rank? Where do you think that's going to be in our 13 movie list now?
I think it could go either way. I think it could either be top, 4 or 5, or it could be bottom 3, bottom 5. I think it's going to be. Yeah, I think it'll be one or the other.
But if you have to pick one or the other, what would you lean towards? Being that it's a good movie or not good? Come on.
I'd probably lean towards it not being good. Just being
hot take.
Here's the thing, because I have. Yeah, let me explain. And I actually think you guys kind of will understand more where I'm coming from rather than Kills. I know you guys hate it, but when it comes to Halloween Ends, 1, it's the third installment in the conclusion film. That never bodes well with these types of things. 2, the 4-year gap really concerns me. Because there's a lot that 4 years is a long time. We're not talking months. We're not talking even a year. We're talking 4 years. I mean, Laurie Strode could have gotten in a car accident and died between those 4 years. You know what I mean? Like anything could have happened in those 4 years. Michael could have went and started a bakery. Like anything could happen in those 4 years.
Bakery.
Halloween bakes. Halloween cooks.
That's the unannounced 4th movie after this.
Yeah. So that's a big issue for me. Like
killer treats.
How's the story gonna go?
Oh God.
I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis even is saying that like everyone's gonna hate this. There hasn't been anything that has given a vote of confidence. Like this is going to be great. See,
that news and the news about John Carpenter saying that they're like, wow, they really want to end it, huh? That to me is like music to my ears. I love hearing shit like that because it's like, we have no idea what's going to happen with this film. Like, it's going to be something crazy and explosive.
I think it is going to be something crazy.
John Carpenter just said recently, like a week ago in an interview that if Halloween Ends does great, they'll make more movies. Which I think
of course they will.
Well, of course,
They're not going to continue this timeline, though.
Him and everyone else, I don't think so either. But him and everyone else are trying to, like a month ago, we're trying to play it up. Like, this is the end of the franchise. This is the final installment. They're really going to end this. Jamie Lee Curtis is like, everyone's going to hate the way that this ends. Yada, yada, yada. And now, like, fast forward 2 weeks, and it's like, yeah, this is great. We're going to make more. Like, that's the same thing I've been saying for months. I hope it's a good movie. I hope. But like if I am forced to make a decision right now, based on what we've seen, based on what we know about the film, based on just what history has shown us in a trilogy wise, this will be a lesser of the film. Lesser as opposed to greater. No, I don't think it can be worse than Halloween Kills. But
jeez, come on, man.
I can see this. I think realistically, this will. Okay, so here, let's see what we're on a consensus with. Are the Rob Zombie films the worst in the entire franchise?
No, I don't think they're the worst.
Which
No.
which one's worse than that?
I 100%. I think Resurrection and 5 are
Okay.
definitely worse than both of the Halloween movies. Both of those Rob Zombie ones, I think.
Okay.
All right, I got a hot take for you.
Hit me.
Uh-oh.
I think that I would watch 5 and 6 all day over Rob Zombie's 2 films. All day.
And I bet part of the reason for that is because of Donald Pleasance, right?
Donald Pleasance is a big part of that, yes, because
Yeah.
he's the redeeming factor. Even in the Curse of Michael Myers with the thorn, all that stuff, there's
Yeah.
still redeeming qualities in that movie, and Donald Pleasance is the biggest one. So
I can understand that.
I elevate those higher. I really do. I really don't like the zombie movies. I don't like what he did with the story, the backstory of
That's
Michael.
fair.
It is. You have to take a shower after you watch the movie. I don't like that feeling. I just don't like it. Okay.
Yeah.
So for me personally, I look at those zombie movies as like a almost like an exit off the freeway. It's like a side trip over here. You side stop, and I don't really put it with the other Halloween movies, even though I know what it is. But I don't. So that's why I said earlier I would that and Resurrection. That's hard because I can't. I would probably watch. I would watch Resurrection before the zombie movie.
Dang. Okay.
That's how much I don't like them.
Wow.
Now, one more thing,
Wow.
Steven. Where do
I
you
don't
think
like
you're gonna? You don't like those movies? Not at all.
Not at all.
I don't. I know.
Halloween
take-
Ends, though. Where do you think that's gonna being your ranking of the 13 films?
Oh, listen. I think oh boy, it could be equally great or equally bad because it all is going to come down for me. I'm not worried about cinematography. I'm not worried about acting, all that stuff. The only thing I'm concerned about is this story ending, how it's going to end for me. The third act will tell the story for me because if they don't kill Lori right, because I think she is going to die, and if she doesn't die right, or if they do it in a silly way, there's two things for me is how they treat Lori and Michael at the end, and if they try to explain Michael. Those are my two biggest bags I'm carrying to the theater with me, and I hope I can drop them down and never pick them up again because they'll not mess it up. But I'm afraid that one of those may not hit. Either they're going to try to show, and the radio tower has worried me since I've ever heard about that thing, and I can't get that feeling to shake a wall off of me, and so I hope it's not what I think it is. But either way, if they try to do Halloween 6 again, and they try to show us behind the curtain what makes Michael the boogeyman and where he gets his supernatural powers, I'm going to be disappointed. So it will be a letdown for me. The other thing is Lori. Let Lori die right. Let's.
Well, yeah.
If you're going to have to kill her, she needs to die in a way that we are like, man, that was the only way to go. It was the only way she could have gone, kind of a thing. Those are my two big things. So I think if they nail those for me, I think it could be better. Okay, I think it could be one of my favorites of the whole franchise because I really love Kills. Yep, I said that right. I'm going to say it again. I really loved Halloween Kills. You heard right. And I enjoyed 18. And I think ends if they nail those two things, man, I'm good. I'll love it. I think it has a chance to be really good.
All right. Yeah. Knight. How do you feel about that?
Well, first I was going to say, because I might bring you into this thing too, Jake, but I think that this movie has potential to be really good. And if I have to lean one way or the other that it's going to be good or not good, I'm going to lean towards good. And I think the reason why is because I'm giving David Gordon Green credit for understanding the franchise, understanding, the mythology and giving it some respect. And we've seen many examples of that. We've talked about this before, I know, but I'm just going to say it again. Things like The Mask, things like he talked about how he painstakingly went through lighting Michael Myers the right way, which, as we know, and I got some videos on my laptop I could show you from the other movies where Michael just does not look good, whether it's 5, 6, H2O, we got a CGI mask, Halloween 2, he's a hobo. I mean, whatever. We got 1,000 examples. So he knows how Michael should look. He understands the mythology. I think he did a hell of a job with the recreation scene. I think he did a really good job with the characters, the different arcs. I just did a video yesterday about how if you look at Allison in 2018 and Kills and where I think she's going to go and ends, that's a pretty good character arc, you know. And same thing with what I think is going to happen with Jamie Lee Curtis in Ends, and you can see a transition. I mean, how often do we see that in a slasher movie, a 50-year-old franchise, a 50-year-old slasher franchise, you know? And so it gives me hope that he knows. This is where I'm getting at. I know it's long-winded. It gives me hope that he knows the pitfalls of Curse, which was to try to explain everything away.
Yep.
I think he understands that, because so many people were upset with that. So I don't think he's going to try to explain everything away, Steven. If he does, I'll be the first person to say, wow, I'm really upset about that, because I don't really want to know. I don't want to know. Don't get me wrong. It's a curiosity, but I don't want to know. I want to let my mind work at it and stuff like that. So anyways, I'll pass it to you, Jake. That was a long-winded answer, but
no, that's great. Yeah.
I definitely think it's going to be a good movie. Obviously, I'm speaking from the perspective of a fan who enjoyed 2018 and Kills. So
we all have that one movie that's terrible that we love.
Stop it. You know that's not a horrible movie. Oh, dude, listen.
It's not horrible. You're right.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
But you, oh boy, I'm telling you.
I quit.
Oh,
just when you think.
Brutal.
I know.
That was good. I give you credit. That was good.
So excited.
God, man.
Yes,
I'm about to boot you out of here. No, but I'm just joking. But no, seriously
you,
though,
man.
because but a lot of people say that it sucks. It sucks. Okay, that's fine. I mean, but give me the reasoning, because again, I'm looking at it from the point of view, like if I'm watching. Hold on. Listen, if I watch
valid reasons. Sorry.
Exactly. If I watch, hold on. If I watch Friday the 13th, right? Any of those movies, I have a certain mindset that I'm going into them with, right? If I watch something like, let's say, Hereditary, I have a totally different mindset, totally different expectations of what I think this movie should be about, or something like Silence of the Lambs or whatever. This is Halloween. It's a slasher movie about a guy with a William Shatner mask who is called the Boogeyman. I mean, seriously, if you watch these movies, and I like a lot of them, but in the 2018 film and in Halloween Kills, they were doing interesting things. They had good acting. I could name a bunch of times through the franchise when there was subpar acting, you know, and again, you know, it's all subjective. I'm just saying. So anyways, go ahead, Jake. Let me stop. I'm getting all
Dude, no, that was great. Oh man, no, I 100%. I really agree with you, Knight. I feel like you can't go into a Halloween movie expecting some kind of like A24 like amount of writing where it's like some crazy convoluted plot where all these things are going to come together and mesh at the ending. I went into Halloween Kills expecting exactly what that film was. A bunch of kills, Michael Myers being brutal as all hell, and I wasn't expecting them to have a massive focus on story this time around. I really wasn't. I was focused on, hey, we're going to this movie to have a lot of fun. We're going to see Michael Myers kill the most people on screen ever. That's what this movie was focused on. This movie was not focused on trying to tell some insane and important story or anything like that. It's candy. It's candy for Halloween fans. That's how I feel about it.
They did try with the flashbacks and the tie-ins and all that stuff. Like I just think they should have leaned either find a nice balance, which I don't think there was. It was almost like they were trying to make two separate movies at the same time. They were trying to show these epic kills and all of this run through of Michael Myers, which is completely fine. I'm totally okay for that. I expected that going into a movie called Halloween Kills. I figured it'd be exactly what it was. The problem was they did try to tell story. They did try to do that, but it was just so all over the place.
What about this?
I'm curious. Didn't feel that way. I don't know.
I'm curious about like the main story. I'm curious about the main story. What you don't like? Because I agree. Like if you don't watch the extended cut, it's a little clunky. Yeah. No, I agree. And some the evil dies tonight stuff. It gets a little repetitive, especially in the hospital scene.
Agreed.
But it wasn't enough for me to be like, this movie sucks. Like I was so entertained that entire movie. Entire movie except for the ending. The ending is where I have problems. But the entire movie going through, I was entertained. This is awesome. The kills are amazing. That opening sequence is like, holy fuck, this is crazy.
Yeah.
My one thing, like the one thing I didn't like about it was the ending, and I think it's because you had all this potential to do something more like it's an explosive movie. Lots of crazy things are happening consistently between that dude being like basically forced to jump out of a window because he's so horrified. Like that's crazy. I was not expecting the psychological elements. You have all these kills, like I just said, and then the ending is kind of just like feels tacked on. Like they didn't know how to end it. They're like, okay, let's just pretend to kill Michael and he gets back up. And it's like, but I thought we weren't doing the supernatural thing this time around. But I guess we are. I don't know. And that's what it kind of goes in my next point. I don't really know what to expect from Halloween Ends, which is why it's been kind of hard to come up with theories. It's been kind of hard to dictate, oh, I'm super pumped for this movie. It's going to be great. I genuinely don't know with the way that Halloween Kills ended. I really liked Halloween Kills. Maybe not as much as Halloween 2018. I thought it was a lot of fun. Just eye candy for a Halloween fan personally. But I think with the way it ended, I'm concerned that maybe they're going to lean into that paranormal aspect a little more. And I don't want them to. I think what's so genius about this new story that they're telling is the fact that it's not all about Michael Myers coming after Laurie Strode for some kind of crazy cosmic reason like how they've tried to explain in the past. I'm glad that David Gordon Green just threw that out the window for this new series where it's just kind of like Laurie has an obsession with this guy because he came and attacked her when she was younger, and that's horrifying. Of course, that's more realistic. That's basically just explaining trauma in a way more realistic stance. And I think what he's doing with the franchise is pretty genius, but I am worried with how they ended Halloween Kills if they start leaning more into that paranormal aspect. And if the radio tower is somehow controlling his mask or something, and he's like, please don't go that route. I really hope it's just a serious, strictly based in reality sort of ending like that. Because that's the most interesting thing about this entire new franchise for me, and I hope they continue down that route with the next film.
Dude,
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Real quick, to answer this question, that's exactly my point, though. It was a sandwich film for the purpose of not needing a sandwich film.
Oh, stop it!
Here we go.
25-minute movie that was pointless.
But back there again, gentlemen.
I have a question. Okay. I don't think that we're going to get, and we've talked about this before, I don't think we're going to get a definitive kill of Michael. One of the things that I threw out is like, what we talked about last time was like, what if we get like him just kind of laying there? It's up for the audience's interpretation, but maybe as it fades to black, you hear like the breathing, like and then boom, it fades to black, something like that. So assuming that happens, right? And we have this open interpretation, and they do want to make more films. Do you think that they will center those around Allison because they built her up, and maybe we get a new trilogy, like the Allison trilogy, or do you think they're just going to go another route?
I hope they go another route. I really hope they remake it. Like I want a remake. So. Why not? Because another reason I'm sorry. I'll pass. I'll pass the torch after this. I'm sorry. I'm on my soapbox tonight. My one thing is like horror is consistently about like we do this thing where it's like we go back and forth between like not prequels but like continuations, sequels. We will have that era of a time with our mainstay franchises like your Halloweens, your Friday the 13th, your Nightmare on Elm Streets. But then we'll go into remake territory next because everyone's going to start getting sick of the continuations. There's going to be this really loud voice, and we've seen this over generations and generations of different periods of horror movies where it's like people lose interest in that style of story making. Every franchise right now has some sort of requel, or a lot of them do, a lot of the popular ones. Candyman, Texas Chainsaw, Halloween, Scream. What's going to happen next is we're going to start remaking those movies, I think. Because that's just how it's always, history repeats itself, especially when it comes to movies. That's just how it's been for ever so long. The thousands was all about remaking movies, the tens kinda, and there's like a little space in between there where we did some remakes. Now we're in that remake section and people are starting to get sick of the requels. So what happens next? Remakes. And because Blumhouse is making so much money off of the Halloween franchise.
They are 100%. But here's the thing though, is that like, how many times can you remake the same movie? I mean, Halloween's had like 4 remakes, like 4.
I mean,
my thing
as many as people will buy to see.
At least with Allison, you have an opportunity to create something new. Like, yes, it's still inherently going to be Halloween. It's going to be the same story in many ways. It'll probably be a lot of replications of Allison, but at least you have a new character that's not Laurie, that an audience has already bought into, because that has always been a big problem, is people buying into another character that's not Laurie Strode. You have somebody like that, and you have an opportunity to continue the franchise without having a reboot, retcon, whatever, and be creative. You can tell different stories, different connections. Maybe she's like, Trish from Jeepers Creepers, where, what we saw in 3, I thought 3 was terrible, but like where she's like, I'm coming for you. And maybe Michael's like, out just killing, slashing through other towns and stuff, and her like life mission is to take him out. Like,
But do you think, like, here's my thing about that though. You're gonna have to have seen 4 movies before that, basically, to understand where the story is going next. I feel like the production companies might not be all about that. Just because of that, think about how tough it was to make Scream 5. They didn't want they were kind of against that movie. The last movie didn't do so well. You'd have to tell a story that's a continuation of 4 more movies prior to that. That's why they called it Scream and not Scream 5. You know what I mean? Like they called it just Scream to attract a new audience, thinking it might be a remake, but it wasn't. It was technically Scream 5. It's a continuation to the story. That's not an easy feat to accomplish. Studios, I feel like, will eventually we're gonna get sick of the requels. We're gonna have so much talk online about how people are sick of those, even though I'm really enjoying them personally. I think what's going to happen next is the studios are going to start thinking, well, we should start remaking movies like how we did 10 years ago. So I feel like that's just the natural way for it to go. But personally, I would love to see that story. I would like to see Andy Manichak have some kind of own movie where it focuses on her character. I think she's a really strong, well-developed character. I just don't think studios are interested in that story, I guess is my point.
And we got to remember too that we had a nice little gap between Rob Zombies and the 2018.
We'll definitely get that.
What I mean is that I know some people can get tired of franchises. That's perfectly fine. I've had that happen to myself. But sometimes when people well, how many times are they going to do this? It's like, well, they do have gaps. That's why you have so many fans that are they're praying for a new Friday the 13th movie. And I guarantee you when it comes out, even if it's good or decent, there'll be that group of fans that are like, oh, they're doing another one. It's like, well, look, guys, if you don't want to see it, don't pay the money for it. But there are a lot of fans that are obviously paying for these movies. And I know some people say, well, some people pay for it and they hate it. I get that. But I'm saying there are a lot of fans that do enjoy the movies. And especially my bottom line is this. If you've got, and I know Aiden said that the filmmakers weren't that good, but to me, everybody behind the camera and in front of the camera, I think they've done a great job, especially when you compare them to what's come before. I think they've really had a lot of talented people working on these movies. I'm not saying it's the greatest of all time. Nobody is John Carpenter or anything, but they're definitely, look, if I have to reference Halloween 5 again with a director that had never seen a Halloween movie, that almost got an actress killed, that was not totally incompetent, but look, it is what it is. We don't have that with these 3 movies. We don't have.
I agree with that, but here's the thing though, is that to push back on what you guys are saying about how the remake stuff like that, and yes, you technically have to watch 4 films, but hasn't the inherited audience already done that? I mean, how many new people are you going to attract to a, let's say, Halloween? After Halloween ends, a 4th film. How many new people are you going to attract that are going to need to watch the 4th film? And not just that, but how Scream is in many ways. Scream in so many ways is its own movie. Every film is its own movie. You can pretty much watch Scream 2 and not see 96, and for the most part, it's still a good movie. Yeah, there's certain moments and elements and references that you might not get, but for the most part, you can watch any movie, pick it up, and understand it. Halloween can do that same route with Allison as the main focus. You build her up, you continue her arc, all of those things. I just don't see that many new people. Are you really going to get $100 million more worth of new people because you remade it? No. The people that are going to watch the Allison trilogy are the ones that are already watching the Halloween, this 18 trilogy. And yeah, you might get a couple new fans here and there, but I just don't see it being a difference. And some of those people that are like, oh, here we go with another Halloween movie. Oh, here we go with another remake. Some of those people might actually come back because it's not Laurie. It's not the same story. It's a completely new story with a completely new character. Well, not new character, but, a new focus. I think that would be more attractive than just going the remake or recon route or whatever the case may be.
I will say this though, if they do remake it, I don't want them to just tell the Laurie Strode story again with another character. Like I don't want it to be like
Right.
Rob Zombie's Halloween all over again. I'd want them to do a story with Michael Myers where it's not it's not attacking Laurie Strode and her friends babysitting on Halloween night. Do something different. Let's say, what if Michael Myers existed today and he escaped from prison and wanted to go home to Haddonfield? What would happen then? What new characters would be there for him to come after and kill? I think I think there is a remake of Halloween that would be fun and creative and modern. You could do that. But I will say this, if the existence of a fourth film in this timeline would suggest another movie with a subtitle, which once again is going to make less money ultimately than a movie that's just titled Halloween, which is unfortunately how the way the studios think, which is another reason yes, I would love to see that movie personally, but I just don't know if the studios like that idea as much.
We don't know that for certain yet, because Halloween 18 did amazing, and yes, that was titled, Halloween, right? But Halloween Kills had a ton of issues offhand. I mean, it was supposed to come out like a year and a half earlier or whatever it was, and it got pushed back. All those, so I think Halloween Ends will be a good testament to some degree at the box office. And it's not like Halloween Kills did terrible. Halloween Kills did better than most movies. I mean,
right.
And so
that's with the pandemic.
Yeah, exactly. That's with everything. I think this movie if Halloween Kills came out when it was originally supposed to, when you had that Halloween hype, like from the 18 film, and you would have had that continuity wise, I think this would have been easily a $200+ million film. But I think the pandemic, I think everything that happened, I think it really just it hindered it. And that had a subtitle. Halloween Ends is probably going to push close to 200 million, and that has a subtitle. So I mean,
I don't know though, because a lot of people didn't like Halloween Kills for multiple reasons.
I hated Halloween Kills, and guess what?
But you're still going to see Halloween Ends. Yeah, of course.
Because most people want to see how it ends.
I still feel like this one doesn't make as much money as Halloween Kills personally, because the Halloween Kills made the most money so far out of the David Gordon Green movies, I want to say. Yeah.
No, 2018.
No, 2018 still did.
2018.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
2018.
I think Ends probably makes less than both.
Yeah, but
of
it
them.
wasn't that much more, right? It was only like 25 million more, somewhere.
Yeah, I thought it was
Yeah, I
close
think
to
so.
my knowledge.
It might have been close.
I don't know.
Even
Let me
with
see.
all of the hindrance that Halloween Kills had, it was still within. I mean, yeah, $10 million more is a lot of money more. But if you take into account the pandemic, just everything that's going on in the world, the fact that it had to get pushed back, all of those things, all of those are a factor. So, when you equate it for that, they easily would have made, I think, at least, if not more, what Halloween 18 would have made. And that had a subtitle.
Now, there is another... Well, go ahead, sorry.
2018 made 255 million and Kills made 131.
Oh, really? Was
Okay,
that
well,
much of a
yeah.
difference? Wow.
Yeah.
According to
That's
what it says here.
huge.
But you got to
That's
remember,
globally?
but Kills...
That's globally?
That's what it... Hold on.
That's the
But
global
that-
total.
but
Maybe
also-
I'm thinking of the domestic. I thought the domestic.
But that's also, but remember, because it was also released, streaming as well. That's another part of it too.
That's true.
Because I got to be honest, as much as I wanted to see it, I was this close to maybe just watching it at home. But fortunately, I got enough guts to go to the theater, and I totally loved it in the theater. It was amazing.
See, I watched
It was
it
very much
on
worth the watch.
streaming. I watched it
Yeah.
on the first day on Peacock, and so that is going to cut that number way down. That's a big factor there.
That's why.
Wow.
That's why Scream didn't. That's why Scream didn't go direct to streaming,
Yep.
because they wanted to see what it was. So that's what I'm saying. There were a ton of factors. So that means most likely Halloween Kills would have probably made close to that. I mean, maybe it doesn't make as much. Let's say it's 200 million. I mean, that's still pretty good considering the circumstances. I don't know. I don't think it's. I don't think the subtitle Scream is going to be a great test, because Scream.
That's a good point.
Scream is very likely going to have a subtitle. Now,
And
I
that
know
could-
many people want it to say Scream 2 or Screams or whatever, but I think it's going to have a subtitle.
I hope it does.
I'm not of that opinion too. I want to say that. I'm not of the opinion that I actually dislike the subtitles or anything like that. I think it's cool. The fact that we have multiple movies that are called just Halloween is kind of annoying to me personally. But I mean, I even joke about that in my fan film. But the thing that I'm just trying to think from the studio's perspective. Yeah, total plug. But I'm just trying to think like from the studio's perspective and like what they're doing, especially what Blumhouse is doing. Like think about this too. They have like the next 5 years planned out for them pretty much. Like with their Exorcist trilogy they're about to make, they're about to put their focus all into that pretty much for the next like 3-4 years with David Gordon Green
remake. They're doing what?
That could be interesting.
They're technically doing a Five Nights at Freddy's movie, but like there's been no news about that pretty much.
Blumhouse is just like, why come up with creative ideas when we have this entire plethora of
We can
classics?
recycle everything.
Yeah, they're coming out with it. Well, they're not doing it, but Warner Brothers is coming out with the It series and all that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I'm actually pumped for that.
excited.
I'm
Right?
totally pumped for that.
The
yeah.
novels,
Yes.
there are so many directions they could go with that. I mean, there
Right?
is a turtle, an ominous being turtle.
Yes.
From the Dark
So
Tower.
what more do
Yeah.
you want?
Yeah.
Like, you know, like
Did you ever read those books? I love the Dark Tower series.
been-
Did you ever
it's been
read
a
those?
while.
Yes.
Yeah, I love those books, man. That's a really good story. I would like to see a much better
That was the
adaptation of
first
that,
universe.
personally.
Did
wanna
you-
talk
did
about
you saw the one
Marvel's
with
universe and stuff?
You saw the movie with Matthew McConaughey and Idris Elba?
Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't see it, but I'm
I
going
was-
to tell you
Okay.
something, man.
I saw
Stephen
it.
King. I listen. I love those books, man. They're some of my favorite novels, and they're not written all that well, but I love the story of it, and that's just my personal opinion. Stephen King has this line in his like about writing book that he wrote where he's like, if an adaptation of something comes out that you know you're not going to like, don't watch it. Don't read it. I was reading about like all the production issues and how they deviated from the story so much they tried to fit like 7 books into one movie, and it's not even the Dark Tower story. Like they just took really cool scenes from all the books and meshed them into a story, and I was completely uninterested when I heard that. So I'm just like, I have no interest in watching that. I've never seen it because of that reason, but I really love those stories, and maybe one day they'll tell that story correctly, because you want to talk about a devastating ending to a story. This is the most devastating ending of all time to any story. It's phenomenal. Stephen
They
King is a
need to
genius.
have it streaming. They need to have it as a series.
Yes.
So you can
I
give
yes.
it time.
I do too.
And that would be freaking
Could you imagine
awesome.
if we got all the tie-ins with it? Well, I mean,
Yeah, exactly, and that's the coolest
Yep.
thing about it is the fact that like it's in that
Yes.
universe too. The Pennywise the Clown and all
you could
that.
have you could literally create, which I'm surprised no one's, especially with all the universes that all these studios are trying to create. I'm
Exactly.
I'm surprised no one's like, Stephen King has arguably the best first universe ever.
Right.
Yeah.
Why not?
And
why
no
not-
one has touched that. Like
No
Stephen King
one.
movies have been so successful for so long. Why has
Right.
no one done that? I don't know. It's crazy to me.
Yeah, it's just it is. It's
I don't get it
ridiculous.
either,
But
man.
back on track with Halloween, because that's kind of where we were at. I do have a question about that. Is how would you guys feel after this Halloween ends? How would you feel if they pushed Michael into a more supernatural territory? Like, because the thing is, he's always kind of been a supernatural.
Here we go.
being.
This
Here
is
we
actually
go.
this is a really good topic to bring up.
But-
I got some
Yes.
thoughts on this.
Okay, he's always kind of been that, and they've always tried to make it seem like no, he's not. He's just a man, but it's always kind of been told otherwise. So how would you guys feel if they actually did? Not like full. Like I don't want like him to be like a force go like Freddy or something like that. And I don't know if I want him to go full blown like Jason. But like maybe somewhere in between, like where Michael's at now and like Jason, where you could blow him up and he's back 10 minutes later. Like, like somewhere where he just is this, like maybe like, and maybe not even have a real explanation, just him just sort of leaning into the supernatural element more, because that would be different. That would be, what do you think, Jake?
I think it's inevitable. I think it's inevitable that we get a new series in like 5+ years after Ends is over, where we get a version of Michael that is just pure on supernatural in some kind of remake. And I'm not necessarily saying that's going to be good, but here's the thing. I hate to claim to be a zeitgeist or anything like that, but like when people get a lot of something, and if it's good, it's bad no matter what, they're going to want the exact opposite moving forward. Like, look at where we are in horror right now. The past couple of years, from like 2018 to now, we've had this like big wave of these A24 and Neon movies that have been like super serious dramas that are dark and realistic, or have some kind of like crazy twist ending where it's a slow burn with this crazy explosion at the end. Now, we're slowly, I'm predicting this is where horror films are going to start going, especially with X being super beloved by the community. more movies where it's like simplistic horror, where it's just like back to basics, slashers. That's kind of what X was. I mean, yes, it had a really cool story and the character development was really on point and done very well, but I think the biggest thing about it is the fact that it was an A24 movie that wasn't a slow burn all for like one big finish at the end and it's a super complicated plot. It was kind of it's a fun B movie. That's what it is. And we're going to start moving into that, I think, moving forward. And I really think if they reboot Halloween in the midst of all that, it's going to go back to those basics. Go back to that simplistic edge. And we might have a Michael Myers that's yes, a little more supernatural in this timeline, in a whole brand new timeline. It won't have any connection to the David Gordon Green movies. That's just my prediction right now, roughly.
I got a question just to ask you real quick before I throw my 2 cents in. If it's going to go into that direction, will they acknowledge that, or will they kind of just, like how in these movies, I mean, to Fate's credit, they still do say that he's a man, but obviously he's showing that he has those moments that's, whatever you want to call it, right at the ceiling of human ability or whatever. But do you think if he goes supernatural that they will acknowledge that and you know what I mean? Not necessarily saying, well, hey, he's supernatural now, but I'm just saying they acknowledge the fact that he's more than a man.
I think maybe that'll be like the whole point of the movie. Like they'll get to the end and it'll be like this big reveal. I'm not listen, I would not touch that movie with a 6-foot pole personally if I was the one to make that, because that's so almost blasphemous to Halloween fans. I mean, we know how people feel about the Thorn trilogy, but realistically, it's been enough time since those movies came out. And we just got a franchise that pretty much threw that out the window and has made a very fine point of that. So moving forward, I feel like that's really it's going to be something along those lines. I don't know if necessarily it's going to be him becoming Freddy Krueger, where he's running around like he can spit fire and all this shit like that. I'm not saying that, but I think it's going to be a little more Thorn trilogy vibes than it is like original Halloween feel. Like not so much Halloween 1 and 2. It's going to be more Halloweens 4 through 6, which I don't know if I necessarily love that idea, but I think that's got to be the direction it's inevitably going to go.
Yeah. Steven, Michael has had a supernatural element since 78. I'll let you go first, Steven. So I don't want. I'll let you go with this because I always love how you
poor guy.
explain.
He has been kind of like isolated into a corner.
Listen, I have no problem. It's okay. No, I was just gonna. That's all. I mean, all I was gonna say was, in my mind, it's not even really a debate. It's or much of a conversation because I always said supernatural. I mean, since the very first movie, he gets, I shot him six times. Yes, there you go. Shot him in the heart, and he's gone, man. He gets up and he's gone, and he falls off a second-story balcony. On top of that, and he still gets up and walks away. So there is clearly something in him that is more than human. Okay, and where I check out on is I don't want to know what that is, whatever that it is. That's the thing. I've always viewed him as more than human. So the supernatural thing, to me, it's in his DNA from, hey, Jack, it's in his DNA from the very beginning since we've ever known him or were introduced. I mean, even back in the sanitarium, or not in the sanitarium, but whenever Loomis was explaining about Michael, and you guys know the lines about how he tried to treat him for 5 or 6 years or whatever, 7 years, and then he tried to keep him locked up because he realized what was in him wasn't human. It was the blackest eyes. Yeah, the devil's eyes. And then of course we sometimes forget. I'm sorry to say this, Radio Tower fans, but we do remember he says he was standing there looking out the window as silent as if he was waiting for some type of a silent alarm or something to trigger him to unleash. And so we know David Gordon Green's a big fan of 78, so look out. And also, even though I know it's not in canon for the new trilogy, Loomis said that similar line in 5. Also, when he was talking to Dr. Wynn, or maybe it was 6. I don't know, it was 5 or 6, maybe it's 6. When he was talking to Dr. Wynn there in the future, and he was explaining that same situation where he had something that triggered him to go off. But anyway,
yeah,
that's a side story. But my point of it is, whatever it is, I think that when we say go more supernatural, I mean, I think he already is there. The only way I would see it being more would be kind of what Fate alluded to, is if he takes on this Freddy Krueger type of persona where he can now like jump through televisions, or
What
he
if
can
it's-
come in, this kind of stuff.
What if it's more like he's like I don't know, something like let's say he's like an actual demon. Like it's something along those
Oh,
lines.
man.
No,
he's able to,
no.
like, or
They
like,
can't do that.
No, because see, if you do
something
that, he's no longer Michael Myers. If you do that, that's
Right.
now he's something else. He's not even what. That's not even who. Now Michael Myers has to be a human being. Has to be a man's body, man, and it has to. But he has this thing that's otherworldly that is involved in him. So I call it supernatural, call it something else, but that's the way I call it supernatural, because that's
no,
what it
because-
is. It's
because
otherworldly.
but here's the thing, like demonic possession, right? You're still
Yeah.
you're just being controlled by
Right.
somebody
That's-
else.
well, now
he would
possession
still-
is when
he
it's
would
different.
Still be Michael Myers. He would just
Yeah.
like, let's just say that they're like, they uncover this demon, like, Beelzebub is the one that is possessing, Michael, or whatever the case may be. Like, and that is the explanation. That's why he has these supernatural abilities. That's why he has, like,
Yeah.
would you be okay with them going down that road, like something along those lines, where it's still Michael,
see.
like he's still the man, he's still the flesh and blood, he's still, maybe he even had like psychotic tendencies, and that's why he was open to the demon possession, or whatever the case may be. Like, what if they made it like that type of route? Would that be something you'd absolutely hate?
Last thing I'll say on that is, I would hate only because I would know what it is. My biggest thing is, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Don't tell me it's a demon possession. Let me try to wonder what the heck's causing this. What's in him? I don't want to know that it's this demon Belial or this other whatever. I want the mystery element for me. Because if I know it's a
Right.
demon possession, then he's not special to anybody. I think he
Yeah.
could be anybody. Anybody could be demon possessed. That's not. Then who? He's just any other guy who could be demon possessed. I want it to
Right.
be a mystery. Like, Michael's different, and we don't
Now-
know why.
And, okay,
I mean,
go ahead, Knight. Go ahead.
well, the only thing I was going to say real quick is the reason that I don't think. Well, I guess anything could happen, but it would kind of be too bad if they try to explain Michael Myers like that, because we've seen that fail before. As a matter of fact, when we think about the Trinity, every time, when I say Trinity, I mean Freddy, Michael, and Jason. Every time they've tried to explain the origins, it's never worked out right. Whether you're talking about Freddy's Dead, if you're talking about Jason Goes to Hell, if you're talking about The Curse of Michael Myers, all three of those movies, pretty much universally, I mean, there are fans of them. And yes, in those movies, there's some moments or whatever, because I'm fans of all three franchises. But I think universally people recognize that those movies are not the best in the franchise. They're usually in the bottom half or the bottom third of each of those franchises. So it would blow my friggin' mind if they sit there and they try to explain what's controlling Michael Audrey Myers. Just let that's what
Yes.
makes him
I
special.
love what he
Is
said,
he's
man.
a guy. He's
Michael
a guy.
Audrey Myers.
Papa
Right,
Knight's
you're
pulling out
wrong.
he's pulling out the middle name. That's Papa
That's
Knight.
right, man. Michael A. I mean, seriously, that's what makes him. To me, that's what makes him so captivating. As a slasher, is that wonderful scene. I know we talked about it before, but I'm gonna replay it. That scene in 2018 when he's walking out of down the street, and they got that long panning shot, and he just turns. There's people all over the street. People are trick-or-treating, and it's basically like, he doesn't do this, but it's basically like he takes a coin and he flips it, and he's like, yep, you're the one, and he goes. There's no rhyme or reason. You have no clue why. That's friggin' scary, man, and that's like the essence of him. Anyways, go ahead, Jake.
Now, I agree with both of you guys. I want to preface this by saying I agree with both of you guys. I don't want to see Michael explained. But, and up until the very ending of Halloween Kills, I thought that's kind of was the focus on this franchise. Up until we get to this point in Halloween Kills where it's like he survives things that no human would be able to survive. I don't know if that was because of production issues. They didn't know how to end it. But to me, like that entire movie, there are, in both Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills, there are moments where they allude to what Michael could be. They question it. They say, like, how can this guy keep coming after people? Like, how is this still happening? How is he not dead? We fucking burned him alive in our house. How did this guy escape? Like, how does this keep happening? I think the whole point of this is the mystery. That's so funny.
Agreed.
I think that the whole the whole point is not to get down to an answer. The point of it is to be stuck in this terrifying mystery of a problem you can't solve. That is the entire point of Halloween of this new story. And I think by giving us a definitive ending might almost ruin that a little bit. It's something I've been thinking about lately. I'm like, I want there to be a definitive ending to Michael Myers, to the Laurie Strode story, but I'm thinking, what's the scariest route and what's the whole point of all this? Say something, Michael. He won't say something. He will never say something. And that's the whole point.
Well, unless it's a Rob Zombie movie.
But this is not the fucking Rob Zombie movie. Exactly. That has been made very fucking clear.
Thankfully.
I really, thankfully, right?
Yes, I agree. I totally agree. When I saw that,
Yeah.
listen, man, I'm sorry. When I was in the theater and I saw that, it was a packed house and I wasn't the only one. I heard a bunch of people. I said it just like, no. That's all we said. You
No. No.
Yeah, he actually said, die. Get the fuck out of here, man. Anyway, go ahead.
And no, I totally agree too. It would suck if we got to the ending of Halloween Ends and Michael goes on this rant about his morals and all this. Like, I don't give a no, I don't want that. Fuck that. I'm starting to think that Fate, you might be onto something, which I don't know if I necessarily love this, but I feel like it would drive that point home more than anything, is that we don't get another ending to another timeline where it doesn't give us a definitive, yes, Michael is dead, yes, Laurie is dead, something happened to actually finish the back and forth here. And as much as I want to see an ending where it's a definitive ending for Michael Myers, it's definitively like, this is the end of the story, Michael dies here, or Michael killed everybody, one or the other, some kind of definitive ending, I genuinely think that might not be the case here. And I think that's the entire point of this trilogy. But then again, we can go back to what John Carpenter was saying about how this is the end. They want to end it. We can go back to what Jamie Lee Curtis said about how everyone's going to hate the ending or something. But what does that mean? Are we interpreting that the right way? Is this movie going to be that definitive ending because it's called Halloween Ends? I'm not 100% sure. We can just speculate at this time.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's we can only speculate, and you know, sometimes there's a visual that comes to your mind that is appropriate to pop up on a screen when you're in a discussion, and so. You know, I think that when I think about all of this, and it kind of summarizes all of our conversation about Halloween Ends and the whole mystery element, which we spent a great deal talking about. And so I think that there's only one way to effectively communicate this in a non-verbal means. Okay, and Knight, do you want to help us out? Let us communicate to the audience exactly what it is we're talking about, what we don't want to know about.
What we don't want to know about?
Yeah, what we don't want to know about. You don't have to, you following me, man? You following me here? Okay.
Following you.
Check the private chat. It'll make more sense. Check the private chat.
Okay, I got you.
So
hold on.
Yeah. So a lot of things we talked about here with the mystery element, how things could be explained, how things could not be explained. And I think the consensus is in the group, right? Real quick, the consensus is we don't want to
drag me in here.
I'm going to drag you. Oh, I'm dragging you, man.
You're getting
dragged through the mud.
I'm dragging you in. And maybe it's not a consensus. Maybe Fate. Maybe you do want to know. I don't want to know. Jake says he doesn't want to know. Knight said he doesn't. So Fate, do you want to know the mystery or no? Do you want to know the mystery? So you want to know the mystery? Okay. Well, for the overall majority of the collective, there's one particular thing that is on stage center focus in this movie, and I hope that we never, ever have to figure out what's happening with this. That is what I'm talking about. The radio tower.
Did you just build all that up for like a clip art picture of a radio tower?
I have been spending while you guys were talking for 30 minutes and I was quiet.
All of that shit in the private chat was just for this like clip art drawing.
I have been working to present you guys with the radio tower of Haddonfield. There it is.
Shit.
Love it.
I'm actually impressed you put that together while we were ranting earlier.
That's so much work for Such a small joke, but hey, you know what? I appreciate it.
Download it.
It's a little bit of clip art, man. No, it's just a little clip art, man. It's nothing
That's
crazy.
more clip art than I would do. I can tell you that.
It's just a little clip art.
Dude, I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know
man.
what was better, this or the tentacles rant.
Oh no!
Oh
don't.
no!
Don't.
This is like when you promise a girl all night what you're gonna do, and then you get to the big reveal. That's what this was. This is like, oh, you have no idea what's coming. Your back's gonna be going out. Then you get there, and it's just like,
That's so
That was a
awesome.
great laugh.
get out of my house.
I aim
got
to
that.
entertain. I aim to entertain, man. You know,
That was.
it's
Oh
like,
man.
yeah. It's like you go to pick up a, like when if you're dating, you go to pick up a girl on Valentine's, and you show up with plastic flowers and sugar-free candy from the pharmacy. It's just not the way to. It's not the way to start.
Wow.
That's not the way to start the night, man.
That was, babe. I'm taking you somewhere nice tonight. And you go to Denny's. Like that's what that
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
man.
I was thinking McDonald's. No, not Denny's. McDonald's.
Yeah, don't
The
sleep
dollar
on
menu.
Denny's, bro. Don't sleep
Heck
on
yeah,
Denny's.
man.
Oh man.
Denny's is a sit-at restaurant. At least they sit down.
Bro, we're gonna go sit down at the playground and have a Happy Meal. That's luxury right there.
Happy
Denny's
Meal.
is life at 3 a.m. after a long day, like, you know, a long night, I should say. You know, like you get there. That and Jack in the Box. Like I can't tell you how many.
Dude,
how many
okay.
tacos
Bro,
I've
the
gotten
mystery
in
meat
my
Listen.
tacos.
We don't have Jack in the
Ooh.
Box here. Like it's nowhere near Ohio. Like there's not
really?
even. When I went out to I've gone out to the
wow.
West Coast a few times, and every single time I've made a point to get In-N-Out Burger and Jack in the Box. It is phenomenal. Maybe it's because I don't have it here, but
Yeah.
oh my god,
They don't have
it's
an In-N-Out
different.
in Ohio.
No, there's no In-N-Out. There's no Jack in the Box. There's barely any Denny's. Like there's some Denny's, some places, but it's like a Vegas thing to me. My older brother used to live there.
You never
so.
had the 4
Nicole is in the
a.m.,
audience.
barely able to stand up, just trash drunk eating those tacos, and it's the greatest.
See,
thing
that's
ever.
Taco Bell for me. We always like if we're partying,
Bell,
we go to
okay.
Taco Bell. Unfortunately,
I go to
But
Taco
I would
Bell.
rather go to In-N-Out though. I would rather go there. That's so much better food.
In-N-Out is good, but yeah, man.
The mystery meat tacos at Jack in the Box is a thing. It's a
I guess
thing.
I'm missing out. I'm missing
I
out.
don't,
Fate,
I don't care, man. It is the best food. Those
Is it?
tacos when you're just trashed at 4 a.m. are the greatest thing ever. And
Listen.
I'm talking about my younger days. Like I haven't done that in like
Right.
10
Fate,
years.
I'm coming over. We're gonna get trashed. We're gonna get some mystery
Dude,
meat
I'm so down.
tacos.
Mystery meat
We're
tacos?
just gonna throw some. You should see my liquor cabinet. It's like because I always have people over at my house, but like
Wow.
yeah, I'll tell you, I don't really. I'm not a big drinker, but like yeah, I do have like quite a liquor collection. Just it's more so for other people, but yeah, we can tap into that collection.
That's what you say on the live stream, but afterwards.
Oh.
You're just gonna come over, you're like Tyler's an alcoholic. Like,
Fate went all the
I,
way.
yeah, I don't even have my good old neighbor that we throw a couple cold ones back anymore. So now I just don't drink at all anymore. It's unfortunate.
I
mean, if
only
go
like
out-
drinking if I'm with people. That's really the only time
that's my
I'll do
point
it.
exactly.
Yeah.
I've never been one of those people where I could just like, oh, like it's been a long day. Let me open up a beer.
Yeah,
Like,
same. I
I've
can't
never been
can't
one
do that.
of
No.
that.
Not
But
for
like
me.
if we're all hanging out, we're at a restaurant, or whatever the case may be. Like I'll get a drink. If we're
Yeah,
if
if I'm
gambling
with
at a
friends,
bar.
I'm having fun.
Yeah.
Well, sure.
If I'm
why not?
gambling at the bar, well, also too, a lot of times it's cheaper to like just gamble and get a drink than it is to actually buy the drink. So that's
Okay.
another issue, but-
Wow.
Wait, I'm drunk now.
He's done that a few times.
Just in
Right?
Ohio.
Yeah,
I am in
Nicole's-
Ohio.
Nicole says she's drunk now on the live stream. So she's okay, right? As long as you're home and you're being responsible,
Yeah,
you're
as
not
long as-
driving.
Just
You know,
be careful. Yeah.
safe.
Drink responsibly.
Always
all
drink
that.
right.
responsible.
That's
Killjoy Jake says, drink responsibly.
We should do that. Always drink responsibly. Sponsored in part by the Lethal Collective.
We should, just start doing some ads and stuff.
That'd be great.
Good.
We should do some ads, and Night, you should just be the voiceover on all the ads. Like, Blecko will get.
We're
this,
all standing there, but Knight's doing the voice work. Like we're all just standing there and our
Yeah.
lips are moving, but like it's
like
just
this.
Knight's voice coming out like of all of our mouths. Dude, that'd be
No, but
great.
We should even
Be
do
phenomenal.
like the medicine ones. No, Blecko will get this reference for sure. But like the ones where it's like, I have genital herpes.
Oh,
I have genital herpes.
okay.
You just
wow.
said that on the you said that on the,
I have-
the
I
internet.
have
It's here
one.
forever.
I have one.
Right, you probably don't want to let everybody know that. That's pretty personal. A little
Blecko will
TMI.
get the reference. It's a supernatural reference. Okay,
They'll be
but
getting that. They'll be clipping
yes,
that
I'm
one
telling you,
out
we should
forever.
we should just like
You should.
recreate.
Night, you should. Oh my
Someone should
gosh.
just. I'm gonna upload that tomorrow morning on my channel. It's just like that 3-second clip of you going like this. Yeah, it's just that line.
Oh wait, hold on. Here we go. For okay, everybody, hang on. Let's get real quiet. Everyone, get ready.
Thank you, Blecko.
Okay, now hold on. Let's take the chat off the screen, Night. Let's just for a second, if you won't mind, and then
thank you, Denisha.
thank you, Denisha. Now here we go. So Fate, what was that you wanted to share with us tonight?
You're an idiot.
He didn't want to
Really?
say it again.
Really?
I did.
That
what I said.
loser! That's
Oh, Jake's gonna clip it. Jake's gonna.
no, but we were talking and stuff. Yeah,
Hey.
boo. Yeah.
I want the genital herpes line. I want the herpes
Yes.
line. Come on, hey.
Okay, all right, hold on.
Let's
All right,
go.
here we go.
All right, hold on.
Here we go.
Go ahead, Craven.
So, Fate, what is it you wanted to tell us tonight?
I have genital herpes.
Beautiful. I'm going to clip it. Everybody should clip it. That's great.
Feel better? Everyone
perfect.
happy? There you go.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Wow.
Thank
Viral
you.
internet.
I'm just gonna
Thank you.
upload it.
As long as I go viral.
Yeah. It's just gonna be a shorts video on my.
Oh,
on my channel. Yeah.
hey, wait. Look at the Green Gaze. Because remember, for Jake's Kickstarter, we said that for a $75 donation, Knight would take his shirt off for 30 seconds. And so Green Gaze is following up to ask when is Knight's top coming off? What's up with that? He wants to see the muscles. Hobbs and Shaw.
Hobbs and Shaw. There's no Hobbs and Shaw here, man. We didn't get that donation, did we?
No, I don't think so.
But you know what? You're a very charitable guy. So, you know,
Wow,
I know
am I Steven?
you like to give of yourself to others. You're a very giving person. And I'm just, just saying.
Wow.
Something to think about, man.
If someone like Venmos me $100, I'll take my shirt off on a live stream. I don't give a shit. Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Oh, wow.
I would do that in a heartbeat.
Really?
Oh yeah, I don't care.
Text me your Venmo.
Bro, if you Venmo me 100, if someone here Venmos me $100 right now, I will absolutely take my shirt off. Absolutely, no question about it.
Well,
Okay,
you'll just
seriously,
Oh,
besides me
man.
having genital herpes, do you know what else I have?
Fate needs some donations for his GoFundMe medical fund for
I'm
his
gonna create a
herpes
GoFundMe
account.
Tomorrow.
Oh,
Get
man.
that clip. I probably would get a bunch of money. And like people be like,
Man.
I feel it, man.
You know, I
Wow.
swear, guys, it doesn't matter how awesome our streams go on the straight and narrow. It never fails that somehow
go
the
off.
rails it goes off. It just happens.
Always.
Do you know what else is
Organically.
gonna go off tomorrow? Boom!
There we go.
Hey,
I'm holding my
summertime.
breath, baby. I'm holding my breath.
Tomorrow, 11 a.m., April 2nd, I am doing the subathon. We're going to start at 11 a.m. and every new sub, every new super chat will extend the live stream. So, for example, I think we'll make every new subscriber 1 minute. I'll probably go start about an hour or so. And then if you donate $10, it extends an extra 10 minutes. If you donate $100, it extends 100 minutes. And every new subscriber will extend the stream another minute. So let's see how long we can live stream tomorrow. I'm just gonna throw on some
Yeah.
movies. You're gonna spend
Yeah.
with me. We can all pop in and out, and we'll see this. It looks like fun. I've seen other people do it, and so I was like, I'm gonna try it and see how it goes. Worst case scenario, it's just another Saturday live. Best case scenario, maybe we'll go live stream for 12 hours and you'll see me just lose my mind and pull my hair out. It's always a fun time.
In real time.
Yes,
In real time, yes.
and you can watch me
And-
take some Perplexia for my genital herpes. So,
Wow.
Oh.
Nice.
you
Good
get
stuff.
some-
That's
We're
worth it.
name dropping medicines now, man. We need to get
Maybe-
paid
Right?
for that
We need
stuff.
sponsors,
Some
man.
sponsorship for that.
I don't think Perplexia is a real thing. It's from Supernatural. That whole bit was from Supernatural. Blucka
Oh
understood it.
man, you know.
Alright,
I
But
thought
now
it
it's
was-
not,
I know your
now it's not
audience
funny
well.
anymore.
I thought he really had herpes, guys. Dang it.
No,
Dang
I
it.
thought it was.
the whole point. I even said that's why Blucka got it. Blucka's gotten it the whole time. He's been in this show just
Bluck
throwing
gets
up the
everything.
lines
That doesn't count.
Man.
Bluck
Gents,
gets everything. So that doesn't count.
Blanca does get it. Gents, I got to get going because I'm going to see Morbius at 8:00. But
Oh,
I want to.
Ooh.
I want to throw one thing in there. It's probably gonna suck. I can't believe I paid money for it. But yeah, no, it's probably gonna suck. I want to throw one thing out there, one quick little thing, and I'll shut the hell up and I'll get out of here. A movie that I'm in comes out tomorrow on my buddy's YouTube channel. He made like an alien movie called Casadastrophobia. It's about like the fear of like being levitated into the air. That's what that means. It's a really cool movie. I have a small role as the character of Spit. Check it out on Zomleader Studios tomorrow. I'll post a link on my page about it. So if you guys want to check that out.
Right.
Shameless plug. I'll shut up about it. Make sure to subscribe
awesome.
to Faith Decided because he's doing a subathon tomorrow. That's fucking awesome. Hell yeah,
That's
man.
awesome.
Right?
Badass. Oh, let's go. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
man. Herpes and all.
Herpes and all. We love them. Hell yeah. All right. Peace out, guys.
See you,
Emily
Jake.
said,
Adios,
Emily
man.
said, "Hey, you need house. See you later, Jake. I do need house. House will cure my genital herpes."
That's awesome. And I have to say that this has inspired me, Fate. This whole idea of this
You have
subathon.
genital herpes
And-
too?
No, that didn't inspire me. No. No, sir. No. Unfortunately, look, you're solo on that one. Yeah, it did. You're solo on that one, but I support you in any way that I can externally. Okay, but but I have to say, this whole idea about the subathon I think is awesome, and I'm going to see how things go tomorrow. I'll be popping in every now and then to say hello.
Yeah,
and
me too.
If tomorrow is a fun day, if you have a fun time and it's a really successful day, then I have made arrangements for next Saturday to do a subathon, and I'm going to do it at morning, starting at 9-10 in the morning, and
Holy sh!
I'm going to start it up and do the same thing. So I've already decided I'm going to do it next Saturday if tomorrow is a success for you, and I hope it does.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun to see. Like I said, worst case, I do the Saturday live stream anyway. Worst case scenario, it's just another Saturday live, and I'll post some videos. Best case scenario, I could take the day off, just kind of live stream, hang out, watch movies all day. It's an excuse to take a break. You know, hopefully it's successful. I get some new subscribers. That's why I want to do like horror movies and stuff, because I don't want to get a bunch of dead subscribers. That's my biggest fear with this thing. But a lot of people have had success with it. A lot of people have really seemed to enjoy doing it. And so I was like, why not? If it doesn't work out, I can always end it whenever I feel like it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not going the way I want it to go. You know, so I think it'll be a good time. I'm excited for it. And if it works for me, and it works for Craven and Knight,
I'll go next.
Maybe we can do it here on the collective too. You know, maybe we can all just take a day off and just do a day stream. Jake,
that'd be awesome.
Show us the money, Jake. Oh my God.
Show us the money.
Show me the money.
Show me the money.
Oh, Nicole. Thanks.
Show me the money. Spit, not swallow. Spitting.
They call me Ron. Oh man. Jeez. But no,
anyway,
I think it's a cool idea, man. So I'll definitely be popping by and seeing how you're doing. That is really cool.
I should just let people know that I am gonna cut it off after, like, if assuming it gets that far, which who knows, 12 hours. Can't even imagine that would devolve.
Yeah, that's a long time.
It is. I mean,
right?
I don't know. I don't think it will go that far, but I mean, you never know. I mean, you get enough super chats and you get enough subscribers. I mean, it adds up quick. I mean, every minute counts. I mean, like I said, look at it like this: every $100 would be another hour and 40 minutes. I mean, you don't need that much to get there. Even new subscribers and stuff. You get 1,000 new subscribers, there's another 1,000 minutes. There's basically your 34 hours. Like, you know, but I am going to cut it off, like I said, after 12 hours. yeah, fake and talk 12 hours, no problem. You're right, Jen. 100%. Easy, easy. But yeah, no, I just because there have been some people that have done it and they've gone like days or weeks. Like and they'll sleep and like you can watch them sleep and stuff like that. I'm not gonna go that far. Even if I do get it extended 12 hours, I'm gonna cut it off after 12 hours because also I want the video to go on YouTube and YouTube won't upload the video after 12 hours. So I'll probably
Oh,
end it at
that's
11
right.
hours. and
Oh
50
wow.
minutes. So
Yeah.
just want to let people know so you're not like, oh, here's $1,000. I want you to go till tomorrow. Like it's got to be within reason. But hopefully we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully it'll be a good time. Hopefully we'll go all day and people can just kind of pop in and out. I'd love that. So yeah, we'll see. See how it goes.
So how much are you allotting for a sub? I know it's $1 a minute for your extension for Super
I'm gonna
Chat.
do I'm thinking of doing the same for subs. Like each sub is a minute. Because I mean realistically, I'm not. I mean the problem falls if like say I get like 10,000 subs, that kind of thing. But I think realistically, I think a sub a minute is fair, just because I don't see me getting 50,000
Yeah.
subs or something crazy
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, worst case scenario, like what? So say I get 1,000 subs, which is a lot of subs. I
Oh
mean,
gosh, yeah.
divided by 60,
Right.
60 minutes. That's 16 hours, I guess, if I got 1,000 subs. But I mean, that would push me to the 12 hour mark.
You're
Regardless,
capping it, yeah.
regardless, I'm gonna have the cutoff. Regardless, I'm gonna have
Right.
it at 12 hours. Even like I said, even if I make $10,000 in super chats, like I'm still just gonna cut off at 12 hours, just because one, I physically probably can't do that.
Right,
and
right,
two,
right.
It's just like at some point, it's just like okay, like it was successful. I'm thankful. I appreciate it, but like we all got other things to do. So yeah, but I'm thinking that's what I'm thinking. Not just that, but realistically, you would imagine you'll get more. Realistically, you'll imagine you'll get more subscribers than you will likely super chats. So you figure add a decent value to that. So that's what I was thinking. A minute. Every 60 subs is an hour. Obviously, if it gets carried away, then I'll probably change it on the fly. Maybe every new sub is like 20 seconds or something like that. So every 10 subs is a minute now. If it starts
Right.
getting to where like I'm getting say like thousands of subscribers and it's like okay, like I don't want people thinking like, oh, let me just keep subscribing. But
Yeah.
Right.
but there are a lot of concerns with it, primarily like dead subs. Like I said, that's the one thing I
Right.
don't want is
Yep.
too many dead subs. Yeah, again, 11 a.m. tomorrow is when I'm going to start. Like I said, I'll probably go hour or two if nothing happens. If it's just usual suspects, I'll do my normal live stream. But like I said, super chats and subscribers will extend it, and we'll see. I mean, I'm prepared to go 12 hours if I can go 12 hours. If not, then no. And yeah, I mean, and Fate raising money for his herpes.
Oh,
Exactly.
jeez.
Now you know.
You're never gonna live it down, man.
No,
You're never
not,
gonna live that
man.
one. I guarantee you.
Now
3
you
weeks
know
from
why.
now, that's gonna still be talked about in the chat.
So,
You wait and see.
That's
Yep.
fine. Let people do it. Maybe I'll make I have genital herpes T-shirts and really capitalize on it.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
Well, what about you, Steven? What do you got going on for your channel too?
Oh,
Because I
man.
know it's not bad.
It's just you just never know when you get on Lethal Collective. At some point, you're going to be talking about genital herpes. It's just unforeseen, and that's what I love about these conversations because they can take you anywhere. And so
Right.
I'm gonna take us down a little different path. So
Yes.
next Thursday, which is the 7th of April, coming up this coming Thursday, I will be having the pleasure. There's this little independent slasher movie out right now. It's called Student Body, and you can rent it on Amazon. It's a fairly new release. Been out for about a month, month and a half. And if you guys get a chance, it's a fun little movie. It's a independent B horror movie, but it's got a good little story to it. And I really enjoyed. I liked the movie. I watched it, and immediately after I watched it, I began to research the the people involved with it, the filmmakers, the actors and stuff. I knew Harley Quinn Smith already. Kevin Smith's daughter has been in some stuff already. I've watched her in before, and she's in it, and it's kind of an ensemble cast. But anyway, I found out that it was written and directed by Leanne Kerr, who is her first major film. And so I reached out to her people, and we went back and forth for a while. Anyway, so she agreed to come on my channel, and there she is. Leanne Kerr is going to come on. She's the writer and director of Student Body. So this is going to be my first interview with a non-actor. This is going to be actual writer and director of the film, so it's going to be a whole different kind of conversation. So we're going to be able to talk about, the whole writing process and how she was involved with the casting and how she brings her vision from the page to the screen. So it's going to be a little bit different than interviewing the actors who are, becoming these characters. This is the person who created the characters. So I'm very excited to dig into the mindset of where she came from in writing this movie and kind of the story behind this story. So next Thursday, you see it here on the screen, 9 p.m. Central on the 7th, Thursday night. She will be coming on for 1 hour. She's committed to a 1 hour interview. So I hope you guys can all make it. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm very excited about it. And I think it's going to take us to some new territory on the channel and some new perspectives we haven't heard before. So hope you guys enjoy it. And if you haven't seen the movie, go check it out this weekend or this week prior to Thursday, so that way if you're able to watch, you'll understand the context of all the questions. So hope you guys can make that.
Yeah, man, very much so. That's going to be cool. Very, very excited to see it, man.
Me too.
Will you be there?
I'll be there.
Oh, wow. Jeez, Fade, you got to give me a second, man. Jeez.
I mean, you don't have to bring that up.
Okay. There you go.
I love it.
There you go.
That's so
I think that's a
good.
good place to end it. What do you think?
Yeah, let's get ready to end this thing, man.
That's pretty good, man.
I will
Hey,
say
Jordan, real
this
quick.
too.
I'm sorry, Knight. Jordan was just asking if it was in theaters, so I wanted to tell him no, real fast. It's on. It was direct release, direct to video, DVD streaming. So it's a new release, but it's not in theaters. You can rent it right now. So. Sorry, I really hate to cut you off. Now I just wanted to hit that before we got off. So if you go to Amazon Prime, for example, or it's on Apple TV, iTunes, probably all the stuff where you normally would rent something, you can rent it there. So I watched it on Amazon Prime, and it's like $3 or whatever, $3-4 to rent it. And so it's not one of the $20 rentals. It's it's like a $3-4 rental. And so go check it out, guys. See what you think about it. It's a slasher film, and while it's not, of course, all of these films are at different levels of production and budget and all these other things. But I always try to support the slasher films, especially because that's my favorite subgenre. And I'm like, let's and it's the independent filmmakers, man. Let's support them, man. Let's show them that we want to help keep them moving forward and creating more content for us. So
right.
I should
Anyway.
real quick. I should look into. Thank you. First off, thank you, Jen. I really appreciate that. But I'm going to just because it would be impossible to do it here at my computer on my thing. I'm going to stream from my phone, so I'm not going to be using any streaming software. So I bought a tripod and all this stuff to make it easier, so I can kind of lounge and stuff. So I won't be able to have moderators. I literally have to do it by myself. Just because there's no way I'm going to be able to sit in this chair for 12 hours watching movies, even though it would be kind of convenient because my monitor is a TV slash. It's one of those smart monitors where it's both a TV and I just press a button and it turns to a TV. And I can even split screen it to where I can watch TV and do that. So this would be really convenient, but I want to be able to lounge, get up, stretch, things like that. I don't want to have to be in this little box that I'm in. So I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do the whole live stream on my phone. So I need to make sure that's that. So I won't have software to where you can come and actually do that. It'll be directly on YouTube. But thank you. I appreciate it nonetheless, Jen. It would be a lot easier, I'm sure, if I had moderators. But it's one of those things. We'll see how it goes. I'm trying it out. I'm sure that there will be technical difficulties. I'm sure there'll be moments. There's going to be moments, you know, where you're just going to be looking at a wall because I got to use the restroom or something. But, you know, for the most part, yeah. But it should be a good time. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, guys, for you guys in the chat, thanks a lot, Carrie. I still love you guys.
We love you too.
For you guys in the chat, we appreciate you guys hanging out with us and taking our joke from early in the show. Happy April Fool's Day. And please leave us a like on the video that helps support the channel. Thanks to Denisha talking about us almost getting to 500 subs. We're getting there. We're moving. And it's all because you guys are supporting us. So we really appreciate it. Also, leave us a comment. Let us know what you think about anything that we talked about today, which was it was a wide spectrum of things. So anyways, we will catch you guys later. Thanks so much. And the collective has spoken. Peace out.
Bye, guys.